One of my YouTube subscribers asked me if I could teach them how to create an online course. Now, this is great because I have been creating my own online courses for the last 15 years and made $23,851.89 from one of my very first online courses. But most of that revenue was actually made in the first 2 weeks by tapping into something called Frenzy. Now, Frenzy is when you get people excited to buy your product. It's the same thing that Apple does every year. And if you want to sell anything online, you need to know how to create Frenzy. Let me know in the comments if you want more information. But the cool thing is, these online courses are now more popular than ever. People are buying them now more than they ever have done. And the technology has come such a long way since I first started. In fact, we are going to use AI to do some of the heavy lifting today. Now, we're not going to use AI to make an online course. I don't believe that would be ethical. Now, you might be wondering, do you need to be an expert to make online courses? Now, the thing is, you don't need to be an expert. Sometimes not being an expert is actually beneficial. Now, you can make more money by not being an expert because most people connect with regular people just like you. So if we use that to your advantage, you can make more money. Now, you might be wondering, is this going to take months to build an online course? Well, the thing is, on average, it takes me around 2 days to make an online course from start to finish. And I use video, right? And I do go very deep into my courses. I leave no stone unturned. But the last course I made took around 2 days to make. I did shut out the entire world and I only focused on 3 things, right? So I focused on eating, sleeping, and making the course. The entire world went away. That's all I did. And by the end of it, I came out with around 20 or 30 videos all ready to go. Now, you don't have to use video, but I would encourage you to think about it because they are worth more money. You can make a lot more money with video courses. And even if you don't appear on camera, that's fine too. But I found a really quick way to make digital products that you can stack and you can make them in minutes, literally in minutes. And you can do it without using AI or without paying someone else to do it for you. And these are great low ticket items. They're a great way to get customers warmed up before you offer them something more expensive. Now, how soon can you start making money with online courses? Well, the first time you do it, that's going to take the longest, right? As you're figuring it all out, especially if you're doing it by yourself or you don't have the right training or the right coach by your side, then it can take you a while to figure it all out and put the pieces in the right place. But if you do know what you're doing, or you do have good training, or you do have a coach by your side, then you should be up and running probably in a few days. Now, you might be wondering, how much money can you make from selling these online courses? Well, if you structure things in the right way, you can make anywhere from $7 per sale right the way up to $10,000 per sale. Of course, that does require the right level of planning. And you need to know your customer journey and you need to create a product ecosystem. I'll show you how to do that today. But at each stage of the journey, a different sales approach is needed. Because let's say a $7 ebook sales page is not going to sell a $10,000 retreat package. So you need to know the right sales approach for each stage. And I know that most people don't like the idea of selling, right? I didn't like it either. Generally, I don't like the idea of selling, but when you do it right, then people can actually enjoy being sold to because it doesn't really feel like selling. It feels like you're helping them, which you are in fact doing. And you can even get templates that will do most of it for you. So anyway, today we're going to map out your customer journey so you know exactly what type of course to sell at exactly the right time so they buy it. Okay, this is the customer journey framework. And even if you are familiar with this process, stick with it because we're going to turn it on its head. We're going to do things in a new way today. So the customer journey framework starts with a problem. This is your customer's problem, and they want to arrive at a solution. So we draw on an S on the other side. So the journey goes from problem to solution. So you have to guide them on this journey, and I will show you how to do that right now. So we get a sheet of paper, draw a P, draw an S, and then we link the two with a line. So this is a very straight line, and it's connecting from problem to solution. Now, let's say we want to help people to start an internet business. Okay, so in order to do that, going from a complete newbie over here, so they're a newbie and they want to become, let's say, full-time online. Okay, so we take them from newbie to full-time online. In order to do that, we have a series of steps that they need to take in order to arrive at that destination. Okay, so over here, we would figure out the big milestones that they need to take. Let's say we're not sure about the best way to teach them because there's dozens of ways to make money online, and you may not be clear on which way you want to teach them. Okay, because there's multiple ways to achieve pretty much anything. So we are going to use AI to help us figure out what the customer journey is going to be. So let's see what our options are. So for this, we're going to use software. I'll put a link in the description. Scroll down, click the link, and it's going to take you to a page that looks like this. This is Phrase. Now, it has a free option here. So it's going to cost you nothing, the free trial, but you only get one search query. We're going to need multiple search queries. So at a minimum, go for the 10 search queries. It's going to cost you $15. Go to Phrase, put in your target audience. In this instance, I've just put in make money online. And what it's done is give me an outline, potential outlines of all the ways that we can make money online. So now I can choose one of these. So let's say content creation for income. Okay, so what I could do now is take this, head back to documents. I'm going to go with blank document. On the research side, I'm going to put in content creation for income. I'm going to put in the journey here from newbie to full-time online. In fact, what we could do is make this a little bit clearer. So content creation for income. Let's go with blogging for income. Blogging for income. Then I'm going to hit start. It's going to go out and it's going to search Google. It's going to look at online communities. It's going to help us figure out what the core audience really wants. And now we have a lot of data. We have information from the search engines, but if we click outline, now we can explore the headings that that Phrase has found, or we can click generate headings with AI. Let's click that and see what it believes would make a good structure. So here it's give us all the steps that someone needs to take. So first of all, choose a niche, right? So if you're going to set up an online business, first thing you need is a niche. Then it goes through setting up your blog, designing your blog, monetizing your blog, then it delves into content creation, SEO, promotion, different types of blog posts. So what we could do is, let's go back to our customer journey. So the first module, the first step will be to choose a niche. So let's write on niche. Okay, so in choosing a niche, well, there's not just one or two things that we need to do, is there? So what we would do is turn this into individual steps in its own right. So if you were to choose a niche, well, there's quite an involved process in doing that. So what we would do is go back to Phrase. And here we have choosing your niche. Let's go with that. Choose your niche. Then go back to new document, choose blank document, click continue. We should really name these as we go, shouldn't we? So let's name that one, choosing your niche. Oop. Okay, so in the research tab here, we would type something like how to choose your niche. And then we would start the process all over again, and then we would add in all the steps here to complete this, essentially this module or this milestone. And then we'd move on to the next and then repeat the process. And eventually we will map out exactly what our core audience wants when it comes to creating the right type of product. So the next milestone on this journey could be website. So let's type in website there. So when it comes to getting a website, do you want to go hosted? Do you want to go self-hosted? Which CMS to use? You get the idea. So we can just repeat it for all of these milestones. You also want to head to a marketplace like ClickBank and then search for something relevant to your niche. Have a look for similar products. So if we type in make money online, it's going to give us a list of products. What we want to make sure of is that there is a gravity score of at least 0.1. If there is a gravity of 0, avoid it because it's not selling. So gravity is just an indication of how well something is selling on ClickBank, but it can be manipulated, so bear that in mind. So let's choose one of these products so we can see. In fact, let's get a little bit more specific. Since we're going to create a product about blogging, let's take a look at blogging courses. Okay, so this one has 0.54, so we know that people are buying this. If we click on, if we take a look, yet we can see what's inside the course. It's not a blind sales page, which we sometimes see. People can actually see what's inside the course, so you know what your course might want to include as well. Now don't copy this, but just use it as inspiration. Allow it to inspire you so you can go back to phrase and then add more to your course if you need to. Okay, so now we have our outline sorted out. We take one of our modules and then each of these steps inside the module or the milestone needs to become a slide. So we head over to Canva. We can use PowerPoint or Keynote or Google Slides, but I'm going to use Canva because the templates are very professional looking. I'm going to search for my niche here. I'm going to choose one of the templates from here. So let's go with this one. It looks kind of professional, so I could go with that. And this will be the first slide in our module. So we would edit this to reflect that. Then we would add another slide. We would choose one of the templates and then make a video for each of these slides. So for each of these topics, we create a new slide and then we shoot a video for each one. With a voiceover, you don't have to use video. I encourage you to use video because ultimately you're going to make a lot more money. So to record these videos, Loom is a good starting point. However, you only get about 5 minutes of free recording per video. Bear that in mind. Or we can use the Windows Media Video Recorder, the Windows Video Recorder. I don't use that myself, but I know that one exists and I believe it is free. Or if you use Mac, you can use QuickTime to record your screen. This is what I use. I use ScreenFlow by Telestream. I believe it's the best one for the Mac. It doesn't have all the same bells and whistles that Camtasia might have, but it gets the job done. This is Camtasia from TechSmith. If we have a look at compare plans, you'll see that it works out considerably more expensive than pretty much anything else on the market. And I think if you're using Windows, absolutely go for this. This is your best option for a Windows machine. However, if you're using a Mac, then ScreenFlow runs much better. I've tested both of these, and ScreenFlow is what I lean towards if you're using a Mac. It just runs smoother. Okay, now how do you get your course online? How do you sell your online course? Well, we've got lots of options. I use Kartra in my business at the moment anyway. It is very expensive, but it's pretty good. Kajabi is also very good. Some people find that expensive. Teachable is solid. It does have limitations though. But if you don't want to spend a fortune on getting your course online, take a look at this. There is a link in the description to this software. Okay, when you sign up for System and you log in to the dashboard, head over to Products and then go down to Courses. Click on that, it will take you to this section. So here we can add a new course. Click on Add New Course. Then we can choose a theme or a template. I am going to go with the default one, so I'm going to give this a name of Test. And then of course give it a URL path. So I'm going to call this Test Course 1 and hit Save. And now we can go into the course. We can add a module. Let's call this Test Module 1 and hit Save. So this module is going to be the same as your milestones here. Okay, so we could have called that one website or niche or whatever. And the lecture, when we add a lecture, it's going to be these individual slides or videos that we've made. So hit Add Lecture, and let's call it Test Lecture 1. We can enable comments if you want to grow a community. Now, for the template, I'm going to select video because we're going to upload videos. So select that template and then hit Save. Okay, grant access. So if you want to do drip content, so if you want to make sure that people can only access it after a week or 2 months or whatever, you can do that with this software. It's pretty sophisticated. I remember 10 years ago having to pay quite a lot of money for software with that capability. Anyway, so if we click on your lecture, we can now add in different types of content. If we scroll down to video, pull video over, there's already one in here for you, but I want to show you how to do it. So let's delete that and drag one in, drop it in there, and you're good to go. So now we choose settings and we can shift it from direct link. So if it's already on the internet, like on YouTube, we can set direct link. However, we can upload videos, so we can change it from direct link down to upload video. Hit that, and now you will be able to upload the video to your system account. And there you can just drag and drop your files in to system. Add it to your page, hit Save Changes, and then you will slowly but surely build your course with system. Now, of course, you're going to need sales pages and opt-in pages and checkout pages and email stuff and automation and all this stuff that goes well beyond the scope of this little video. But I do have something for you if you stay until the end. And the great thing with that software is the level of automation you can do. And it is a great alternative to the more expensive software if you have the right combination of web pages and emails in place. If you have them all together structured in the right way, you can create a very lucrative business that generates passive income 24/7. And once it's all set up, that is going to make you money for years and years to come. And that really is passive income. Now let's just go back to this customer journey for a second, because there's something incredibly powerful that I want to show you here. So here we have the customer journey. So we're taking them from problem to solution. Good stuff. But look at this. So each one of these, we've been calling these modules, okay, or milestones, each one of these. But we don't have to view it in just that way. So for example, what we could do if we wanted to is take any one of these, let's say this first milestone, we could turn this whole thing into a course in its own right. So think about how powerful that is. So if this is its own course and you're selling that, you're selling information that teaches people how to find a niche and you're making money for that. The next logical step for those people will be to buy your next course, which is the next step on their journey. So you have options here. You can create this whole thing, the whole lot as one course, or you can drill down and create individual modules as entire courses. Not only that, you can take any one of these modules and offer it as any type of product you want. Now, the closer your customers get to arriving at their solution, the higher the value. So let's say over here, when it gets to perhaps monetization, so I'll write that on properly. So let's say money. When it gets to the monetization side of things, you could sell this as personal one-on-one coaching. You could even sell it as an entire retreat. So that's just something else for you to think about. But to do it right, you do need traffic. Specifically, you need buyer traffic. Now, there's a whole process of converting cold traffic, that is people who don't know who you are, and converting them into warm traffic that is ready to buy your course. So if you want to go into this stuff in a lot more detail, if you want to go deeper and make online courses much faster than you could on your own, I do have a product that will teach you how to make online courses. And I will work with you to make sure that everything is done right so you actually make sales. Click the link in the description to get more information on that. And thank you for being here today. I will hopefully see you again very soon. Take care and God bless.